When asked what the best paint medium is, people will answer based on their own experiences and preferences. Many prefer using acrylics because they are safer and dry more quickly, where others prefer oils because of their durability and the great textures achieved. Whatever your preference, in this video we are going to discuss the benefits and differences between acrylic and oil paints as well as what each one is best suited to. What is oil paint? The first primary difference that sets oils apart from other mediums is their consistency and texture. Oil paints are very thick and oily. They are made with binding agents, color pigments, and an oil base. Depending on your chosen brand, the base may differ, but usually, it is a natural oil such as linseed or safflower. This is what gives oil paints their smooth and creamy consistency, making them ideal for different surfaces and projects. The oil base is also what keeps oils wet for longer. Artists who enjoy taking their time and focusing on attention to detail usually love this medium. Oil paints are also wonderful for using different techniques in paint mediums. Painting all over acrylic is also an option to add more layers and texture to your work. What is acrylic paint? Acrylics are made much the same way as oils except without the oil base. If they are not oil-based, is acrylic paint water-based? Yes, they are, and therefore they are also much safer to use. One of the many benefits of working with acrylics is that you can still achieve the same bright colors and sometimes even the same techniques, but without the long wait for your art to dry. For this reason, most portrait painters would not use acrylics. When you are painting something such as a portrait, which has so many layers, shadows, and details, acrylics would dry too quickly. Oils would then be your best paint option. Oil paint vs. acrylic paint. For beginners starting out, acrylics are the perfect medium. Less mess, easy to use, and quick to dry. Once you have more experience, you can then move on to oil paints or even combine the two by painting oils over your acrylics to add shine and texture. Drying time? As we established already, oils take far longer to dry than their water-based counterparts. This makes them the go-to option for larger pieces that require more work, or for more detailed paintings that make use of technique and detail. When all you have is time, then oils are the obvious go-to. However, if working on a deadline or a quicker project, using oils would be very frustrating and the chances of a wet painting being damaged are higher. Blending and mixing colors. If you're looking to try your hand at color mixing and blending, then oils are easier to do this with. Because they take so much longer to dry, oils are easy to work with and are more flexible. They can be worked on and layered pretty much until you are happy with them. Oils' blending capabilities are due to their oil base and fewer binding agents that are used in its makeup. Because they take so long to dry, oil paints retain moisture and glide easily over your canvas, providing very easy color mixing and blending opportunities. Using acrylic for mixing colors is of course a bit harder unless you can do so quickly. It can be helpful to keep some water in a spray bottle while painting to re-wet your paint should it start to dry out. This will make it easier to work and mix on your canvas. Using too much water, however, will turn your acrylics into watercolor. Cleaning your tools. The thought of cleaning your paintbrushes is not very exciting, but it is a vital step to their long-term maintenance and durability. Paintbrushes may not always be the most expensive resource, but good brushes should be looked after, especially when working with oils. Oil paints and oil paint mediums contain chemicals that can harm or damage your brush bristles. Using water alone will not be enough to clean up oil paint. Usually, the best way to clean your oil or acrylic paint brushes is to first mix your brush in a small bit of oil-based or acrylic medium. Linseed oil or other natural oil mediums will condition your oil brushes as well as seep in deep inside the bristles to loosen the paint in those hard-to-reach places. Then, you want to wipe your brush gently with a paper towel. The finish of your painting. When comparing these paint mediums, we also need to take the finish of your painting into account. Acrylics provide a flatter, more matte finish. If you prefer gloss or shine, you will need to use a separate product to achieve this. Oils, on the other hand, offer a high gloss and leave a noticeably smooth finish naturally. If you prefer your oils to be more opaque or even to have a matte look, there are paint mediums for that too. Durability and life-fastness. Because oil and acrylic paints both contain the same color pigments, they generally share the same life-fast qualities. A life-fastness rating determines how your painting will be affected by light and sunlight. Most suppliers currently have a life-fastness rating on their individual paint colors, indicating each paint rating. The quality of your life-fastness rating will be benefited by a sealant. The durability of oils is obvious, with many paintings from famous oil artists still on display today in amazing condition. This medium has a high longevity factor. Acrylics also last a long time, but not being water resistant. They are affected by weather and moisture in the air. Both mediums will have an increased lifespan and life-fastness if coated with a sealant. Color quality. Your color quality is a key factor in determining the right paint medium and option for you. Depending on the brand, skill level, and cost, you can get many quality paint sets for both acrylic and oil paints without spending a fortune. The thing to remember is that acrylic colors are quite dense and flat, meaning that they often dry darker than expected. Oils are thick, opaque, and glossy, making the blending and color mixing opportunities endless. Cost. Let us face it, the cost is always an important factor when making a purchase or starting a new hobby. Being a beginner or student artist does not mean that you need to spend a fortune to get quality paints. Many brands offer student or entry-level painting sets that are perfect for beginners. When using oils, there are also the added expenses of painting tools and solvents, which can become costly. Oil brushes can also be more expensive, and then you will also need to use a primed canvas or purchase a primer to apply yourself for the best results. There are many small details when working with oil paints that one must consider. Using an acrylic option is simpler, and using a painting medium is optional, as water can be used as a medium too. Overview. Based on what we have discussed today, both mediums can be used by beginners, but acrylics are the easier choice. When initially learning to paint, acrylics allow you to understand and explore your colors, techniques, and painting style. Though they are quick to dry, you now know how to combat that issue with the use of water or painting mediums. Oils for beginners are often avoided due to the price of the required materials, but they are great for learning to blend, adding tones and depth, and mixing colors. Oils allow for longer use of time while painting, but will take up to 6 months to dry. We are almost wrapping up. These are the common differences between these two. Hope you like this video. Please comment, share, and subscribe to this channel for more videos.